There she is. That's my car, right? Harsh Realities, episode 1. And we're gonna be talking about how much an Uber driver makes in New York, Westchester County. Here's a little breakthrough of the vehicle. I have a 2017 Honda Fit. I bought this car with 20,000 miles earlier this year. It has about 87,451 miles now, but that's with a lot of dedication and a lot of work. We are in one of the 5 boroughs in New York City, and it is cold. It's October 15th, 2020. The time right now is 7:30. We're gonna start working as soon as this heats up, and we're gonna go to Westchester. We're gonna go to Westchester County. I'm not gonna be recording people because that's rude, but I am gonna show you how much I make in one day. It averages anywhere from $100 to $350, and I'm starting kind of late because I'm supposed to be up at 4. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the 4 o'clock video, but right now I'm just doing this video showing you the mileage on the vehicle is 87,451 miles. I do reset the timer so like that I can have a rough estimate of how much miles I drive. It has 1,159 miles for the oil gauge. I use that to read the oil level, and I change the oil every 5,000 to 6,000 miles. They recommend for you to change it every 3,000 miles, but to me that's just a waste of money, and that's what the oil companies really want you to do. Bring it in, and they try to upsell you on all this stuff. Again, you gotta say no. You gotta say no. You gotta learn how to say no. The car's cold and we're gonna take off. You also need an Easy Pass, and that's another video in its own as well. But Easy Pass, it also works. You know, again, I'm in one of the 5 boroughs. We will be driving to Westchester, so stay tuned. We cut through here to get onto the fast lane. So we're gonna do what everyone does. We're just gonna cut through here at this specific corner. Get behind this bus right quick. We're entering Westchester County now, and this is about 15 to 20 minutes it usually takes for me to get here from the Bronx, because that's where I'm at, the Bronx. This is Westchester. We're gonna log on right now, and it's exactly 7:54. We're gonna log on to Uber and Lyft. You have to do both. You have to do Lyft and Uber in order to make this kind of money. We're gonna start off with Lyft early right now first, because Uber asks for you have to put on your mask and verify, take pictures and stuff, so we'll do that next. Well, we're starting off in Mount Vernon, picking up someone. It is very crucial that you pay attention when driving. This is the Westchester neighborhood that I just dropped off the second passenger. We're here, it's 8:52, as you can see in the clock. So far I've made $28.69 with Lyft. And we're gonna try to make money right now with Uber. I'm gonna log on and see what that's about today. It's 8:59 right now. I'm gonna take a little second to tell you about the set points. Lyft and Uber, both companies, provide you with 2 set points each. Uber does 2 set points. Lyft, as of right now, I have 4 set points because there's a promotion going on where you do excess amount of rides, you get a promotion and that's part of the promotion deal where you get 2 extra set points, so it's a benefit. I use them. Usually with Lyft, there's not too many rides, and you don't really use all 4. On some occasions you do. All right now we just dropped off the Uber passenger in Manhattan. We're near Park Avenue. We're on Amsterdam. We're on the west side. So the next thing to do is either go to New Jersey. That's what I would typically do. Or go to Long Island from here. But since COVID happened and those markets are kind of dry and dead, what I do is I'll go back north to Westchester and do it again. Usually there's a lot of obstacles out here, photo enforced cameras, a lot of police, a lot of police. This year alone, I've gotten probably like 6 or 7 tickets, totaling over $1,000 easy. I pay it because, you know, I run this as a business, and that's the most important thing. You have to run this as a business. You can't run it as a regular contractor because you won't make money. Honestly, you won't make money if you run this as a contractor. Like, that's not a good thing. But there's a lot of obstacles, especially a lot of construction. New York State drivers are not allowed to pick up in the 5 boroughs. So Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and the Bronx. You can't pick up in those areas. So you have to go through them. And in order to go through them, you have to obey the speed limits. Because you don't want tickets, of course. That eats into your profits. And again, I run an LLC. My business is an LLC. And I make money that way, you know, paying taxes and reporting it a different way. I report paying taxes through my LLC. Yeah, right now I'm on 131st Street. I pulled over just to show you guys the time. It's 10:25 in the morning. And that's what my gas is looking like because I haven't filled it up. I want it to get to E in order for me to fill it up. As soon as it reaches empty and the little light goes on, the indicator light, the fuel light, we'll go fill it up so I can show you exactly how much I filled up. I usually fill up the whole tank. Sometimes I go above and beyond. This Honda Fit right here takes about 10 gallons. And what's cool about this car is that it's pretty spacious inside. If you see it, it's pretty spacious. That's like the back area. It's got a little, you know, for a little Honda Fit, it's pretty decent. It's kind of dirty, but it has the gas tank underneath the driver's seat, which is very cool, and it holds about 10 gallons. And for one full tank of gas, I make about $178, $190 close to, depending on tips. And I usually don't count tips, but the car needs fuel shortly in about maybe an hour. We'll give it a next shot. Let me keep moving now because it is 10:28 and I'm at $58.66, which is not too bad considering that I've only been working for a couple of hours, you know, 3 hours. Those guys right there are not the competition, but they're the ones who run this zone. If you can zoom into that plate, that is a TLC Uber driver. TLC is a special license that you need in order to drive in the 5 boroughs, the designated area that New York State drivers can't drive in. They're allowed to go into New Jersey. They have their own set of rules. They can go into Connecticut. They can go into Westchester as well. But most of them just come back to the city. They just get rides that come back into the city. It costs more for you to go from New York, from the 5 boroughs, into Westchester or out of New York City. It costs more if you grab a TLC plate. But if you grab a TLC plate driver, you know, or I don't want to get into the details, but there's so many differences between a TLC driver and a New York State driver. They can pick up here in the 5 boroughs. They can pick up in New Jersey. They can pick up in Long Island. They can pick up in numerous places. Up in Westchester. What we could do in Westchester, they can do. But what we can do in the city, we can't do. We cannot pick up. I'm still driving here. It's 10:34. I'm just going the slow way because I'm making this video today. Yeah. So what you want to do is when you get back up north to Westchester, what you want to do is set Lyft and Uber to go back into the city, and whichever one wins the bid, whichever beeps first, that's the one you do. The light is on, as you can see right there on the odometer, and we're gonna go fill it up. We're close enough to E. And here we are at the gas station. It is gas here. It's $2.15 regular if you buy debit, and $2.05 if you buy cash. But since we're Uber drivers and we don't carry cash, we use card. So now that we pumped the gas, we use our handy dandy hand sanitizer and clean our hands and go about our day. That's right, hand sanitizer, clean your hands, COVID-19. Yeah, so now that we pumped gas, it's 11:45. We still made close to $60, $70, something like that. I'm gonna keep doing Uber and continue doing Uber. I already used 1 set point. 1 cent point was used. It's 11:45. We've already driven a couple of miles. It's still 87,556 miles. We'll see what'll ring next and let fate decide the rides. We're here at the gas station still. We're gonna take off right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back in the Bronx. It's 1:06, as you can see on the clock. It's 1:06, as you can see on the clock. We have driven back to the Bronx. We came to the Bronx. That last trip was a Lyft, and it brought us to the Bronx, and we're on 138th in the Bronx. We're headed back to Westchester. It might take us another 30 minutes because look at all that traffic. Health and wellness. Health and wellness is important, especially when you're doing Uber. These are Clorox disinfectant wipes. Very rare nowadays, especially during this pandemic. I have a lot in here because I do wipe down my car after every 7 people, but I do not use this. I use this when it's very needed. So what I use is Bounty towels with a concoction that I have mixed up with bleach. And not too heavy, just diluted bleach. I pulled over right quick. I'm going to wipe down the vehicle with that mix that I have in the back. It's basically just Windex with a little bit of bleach in it. You know, diluted. It smells more like Windex. It works. And right now, that's the gas, time, and mileage on the car. And we're headed back to Westchester. All right, here's the breakdown. It's 250, mileage 87, 619. Yonkers, it's 2:50 p.m. in the afternoon, and we're almost at $140. I can't check because I'm on an actual Lyft pickup, and I'm waiting for the lady. Just dropped off the lady. It's 3:11. We're in the Bronx again. We're headed back to Westchester. It was close. That one was about 8 minutes. And we're at $142.66. It is 5:18 and we have 87,663 miles. And the car's running good. Today's been a long day and we're at $183.93. Time now is 6:15. We have 87,689 miles and we are located in Mount Vernon. The sun's about to go down. I have not eaten lunch. I'm going to stop and eat something because I'm hungry. I had ate breakfast this morning, but I did not eat lunch. So therefore I will stop and eat lunch for about 5 minutes. Then get back at it to try to make the 300. It's 8:48. We have 87,773 miles. We've made $277 with 48 cents. That's a long day. And we're we're in New Jersey. So we'll have to get a ride to go back into the city, which is crazy. Here it is, 9:32. I'm still at $277. It was a decent day. I tried to make 300, but now we have to actually cross back the Palisades into New York. And we have to pay for that because over here you can't do Uber. You can only do Uber Eats. And since today is only rideshare, I'm only gonna do Uber just driving. And you could do Lyft. I have Lyft set up. Right now that's the mileage, 87,799. It wasn't a bad day, but it's basically you work the whole day. I shouldn't have accepted that ride into New Jersey because it's Thursday, it's very slow, and New Jersey is the worst area to work at, especially when you're doing Lyft. There is no rides at this time. There are, but they're going back inward to New Jersey, and it's getting kind of late. And you want to be in the other side. You want to be in New York, you know. So that's what it's looking like. It's 10:04 right now. I decided not to cross the George Washington Bridge. I went up to the Palisades to the next bridge over, which is cheaper. It's $4. I did manage to get a ride. Right now I'm crossing over the old Tappan Zee Bridge. This bridge is now called Mario Cuomo, after the governor or something like that, here in New York, upstate. But now we're leaving Rockland County and we're going into Westchester County. So that should be pretty tight. We're picking up someone with Lyft that's going back to the city. Hopefully it's a $30 ride. It's 10:49. I'm doing one more ride so I can get the 300. And that's what the gas is looking like. Very empty. It's 87,852 miles. And I'm picking up this last person right now. It's 10:55 and we're still working. That's what the gas is like right now. I'm about to pick up this last passenger. And hopefully they go to Manhattan. Usually when I pick up right here, I'm in White Plains right now, entering a hospital, which I usually pick a lot of people up from, and they go to Manhattan. It's like they have a contract with Lyft, and when they call, it's amazing because, you know, it's always guaranteed $30 or $40. But this is the last 40 that we're gonna do. It's 11:54. I made $325.10. We're in Manhattan in the financial district, and it's gonna take me about 30 minutes to get home. So that's the time I finished, 11:54. Before tomorrow, basically, before the 16th of October. I'm gonna edit this video and hopefully get some good reactions out of you guys. Thank you for watching.